This is my project on applying organizational behavior in the workplace. So, the issue that I chose to focus on, and to give some backstory, I am a manager at a retail store, and we deal a lot with our sales team. So the issue that I chose to highlight was a low motivation and almost a lack of effort within the team. Um, and this we kind of diagnose this just being a low reward structure, but also decreased accountability. And I, as a manager, I'm guilty of this. We did not do a good enough job as our management team to hold our team accountable. But also, we also didn't have the tools to reward the workers for what they fairly did. Um, and this is an oversight in the organizational behavior for motivation. Specifically, let's analyze this. I think it's important to look at it in two different ways. We have the expectation theory, or the expectancy theory, excuse me, and the goal setting theory. So in the next one, I did lay out the expectancy theory in a little chart. So we see the first one. If I put in effort, if I exert a lot of effort, will I perform well? Second one, to go into the performance. If I perform well, will I receive rewards? And that's kind of where the give and take was. So the sales job, it's not too difficult. A lot of people, if you are an extroverted person or willing to put in effort, you will perform well. The sales will come. People will remember your name. They will buy stuff from you. Where we lost them was the performance jump to the reward. If I perform well, will I receive rewards? So we have the good performers, but the rewards did not come. We don't have a reward system in place, and that is where we lost them. So we can tell them, you put in effort, you do good. What do you get from it? Nothing. So this one would be the goal setting theory. So I wrote this one to kind of illustrate what a bad one would look like. So we have a vague goal: sell better. Anyone can say that. We don't have a specific metric, and that's kind of where the higher end corporate people, they'll just tell you, hey, sell better. We need better numbers. But they're not telling where we're lacking. Then would be the easy goal: achieve $200 in sales. Everyone can do that. If we picked up someone on the side of the street, chances are on a full day they're going to get $200 in sales. That's just not very difficult. Then the no feedback. And this is kind of where me as a manager would come in. If we do not tell our associates or our salespeople, hey, you're doing this great, maybe work on this, but overall you're looking rock solid and keep doing what you're doing. Something like that would be great. But what they have received was no follow-up, especially with our higher end store management. So then I created a better goal setting theory. And we have the same ideology, but three better goals to set. And I guess categories of goals. So this would be a specific one: increase individual UPT. This is a great one. And it's a little bit difficult just because UPT is units per transaction. So if someone comes in here in our store looking for a jacket, they're going to Seattle, or they're going skiing. What happens is we can sell them that ski jacket. Great, we sell a jacket. But where we lose them is we have a whole line of beanies and gloves and ski pants. We lose on that sale if we do not focus on increasing UPT. So kind of something like that, where we give them a specific goal and that translates into higher numbers rather than just telling them to make more sales. Then a difficult goal: achieve $10,000 in sales. Seems like a lot, but the numbers do kind of start to snowball, especially if you get in that selling mood. The 10,000, it's difficult, but it's reachable. And then we have a constant feedback. So if someone's doing great, if someone's doing bad, tell them, give them feedback. You are more experienced than they are, so tell them what they can do to be better. It's kind of just the part of a manager's job is to tell them where they can do better. So, my diagnosis. First of all, to go over the expectancy theory. The correlation of effort to performance is definitely there. Like I said, if you try, you're going to make you're going to make your sales. You're going to do well, but there's no reason for them to do well. Again, that's kind of with the performance reward aspect. Is great. You're our number one seller. What can we give you? Not really anything. Then with the goal setting theory, the goals are arbitrary. We need tailored individual goals, and that is, again, with corporate, what they say: make better sales, have higher numbers. Okay, we can't do that because maybe we're maxed out at where we need to be numbers wise with the amount of traffic that we have. We need to tailor goals to individual stores. Because again, every situation is a little bit different. A store that has been hitting their ADS, great. They don't need to work on that. You need to give them, more of a focus on UPT. They have made those high dollar sales. We need them to sell more units and get more out of the store. Vice versa too. If they have high UPT and a low ADS, you need to tell them to mix it up a little bit. And that's kind of the culmination of all of this. Is the company lacks a direction and I guess a focus. They don't know the individuals, and they're not holding the store management to the level that they can make those decisions and implement those changes themselves. So what my supposed resolution would be. So we need to re-implement mandatory sales tracking within our systems. So about 2 years ago, we got rid of our register systems that would force a cashier to figure out what salesperson helped them. And ever since that, I've worked there for 3.5 years, and ever since that, I have just seen a steady decrease in productivity, in sales, and just overall effort on the floor. So I think that is a great thing to re-implement, and it promotes a little bit of competition within the store. Next is hold associates accountable and reward the high performers. Since we have these numbers are all available to us, we need to be able to coach the low performers because it's a fairly easy job. They'll get the hang of it, but we do need to hold them accountable if they're not meeting numbers. Then for the high performers, we need to create a reward system that benefits them and motivates them. So I came up with maybe a free lunch, maybe a gift card, a free coffee. And another one that's pretty easy and low cost is PTO time. If you have the highest sales numbers of the month, maybe 5 hours PTO, something like that. I think for the effort that it's going to build, I think that you make that money back the first weekend it's open, even maybe the first hour of peak time at the weekend. And to achieve this, corporate must understand where the slack is in the system. I think they kind of, they like to blame the other parts of it rather than kind of the whole culture, because that's a harder thing to tackle. They like to talk about inventory systems and increasing the productivity of the inventory team and how traffic just isn't where it needs to be. And I think that it's kind of a structural thing and it's company culture rather than just an easy thing to blame on. But this is kind of overarching. I'll actually go back here. Everything here is pretty easy to implement, and these two reward systems were more of a suggestion. I'm sure that there's something else a company could do, even a free jacket or something like that, or a gift card. These rewards, they go a long way to the employees. I can tell you, if I was a salesman and I got to, pick a free jacket online, I guarantee you I would work as hard as I could for that. And the cost to the company, it's a drop in the bucket, honestly. And I think that it goes a long way. And I think that the changes that you would see company-wide would speak volumes. Thank you for watching my presentation. I'm sorry if you couldn't see it super well. I tried to get my computer as tall as I could, but my TV is a little bit bright, as you can see. But I will also link my PowerPoint, just in case you wanted to follow along with the video and see the presentation a little bit better. But thank you for watching, and thank you for a great year.